What's up, you guys? Welcome to this week's Manga Sutra Manga review. And in this week's video, we're going to be talking about a horror comedy drama called Satsujin. Now, the manga is about our main character, a school dropout by the name of Kurosu, who tries to commit suicide and fails, and discovers a hole that allows him to view into his next door neighbor's apartment, who he later on discovers is a serial killer. Now, going into this manga, I was thinking that it would be like a Bitsu in the sense that we have our main character developing a twisted and morbid relationship with his next door neighbor slash serial killer, similar to how the main character of Abitsu developed this unusual and strange relationship with an older man. I was also hoping for a dark psychological aspect to this manga in the sense that our main character would be questioning his own identity and his own morals and his own personal beliefs as he gets deeper and deeper involved with his next door neighbor slash serial killer. However, the manga itself leans heavily more towards comedy, and I don't really know why. If you ask me, I think it would have made a lot more interesting a plot if it went more of the darker, gory, psychological road instead of trying to make it funny, because the manga itself, at least in the 15 to 19 chapters that I read, makes no sense. A lot of what the main character does and how he reacts to situations makes absolutely no sense, and his next door neighbor's logic when it comes to killing people makes zero to no sense. He stands by and watches two guys get murdered. He sees his neighbor murder two people, and he opens the door for her anyway. Also, when his next door neighbor wants to initiate a relationship with him, he just casually accepts it, despite the fact that she's killed two people in cold blood. We also see that with his next door neighbor, her logic or reasoning behind her killings makes no sense. In her mind, her being a psychopathic serial killer virgin is better than not being a virgin. And in his mind, her being attractive and a virgin completely outweighs the fact that she is a remorseless, apathetic serial killer. She even kills someone that he knows, and he stands by and does nothing until it's too late, and then she immediately just disposes of him. I mean, the manga wants us to believe that there is something more or deeper to the next door neighbor's killing spree, and that there is a reason or method behind the madness. But we really find out several times over and over again, as the next door neighbor explains to the main character, there is nothing more. I do these things because I can. I do it because I want to. And the patterns that you see, well, that's just coincidental. Now, I mean, the manga, like I say, I think the manga could have been a lot better if it just took a more darker, psychological, gory road instead of like this comedic type of route that it's going. But Satsujin has a lot more chapters, and there's no telling what type of different routes it'll take. And I'm gonna continue reading, but a lot of times I want to give up on this manga just because of how stupid the main character is, and just because of how stupid the reasoning is for the next door neighbor for killing people. It would have made a lot more sense if you just didn't disclose any of what the next door neighbor's beliefs were personally, and just had her keep on killing people like discreetly over probably like 20, 30 chapters, and had the next door neighbor, and had like our main character not give the next door neighbor any indication that he knows that she's killing people, and slowly have it build up to him trying to figure out why she's doing it, where the bodies are going, and have it like be this type of cat and mouse investigative thing, and then the next door neighbor catches on that he knows, and then she's trying to corrupt him, or it could have taken a lot more interesting route, but the whole comedic aspect of it, in my opinion, dilutes what the manga could really be. This is VM. I probably would say read it if you want to see it. It's just, in my opinion, it doesn't make any sense. In some parts, it is funny. It is funny with how some of the situations go, but overall, I just find it tasteless, and I think it could have been more. This is VM. Like, comment, subscribe. Bye.